I take it. Wait. Oh, wait, go back. Go back in. Someone's in a hurry to get rid of this parchment. Probably wasn't burned more than a day ago. I think he did it. I think he did it. He's not in the scriptorium. Help you with anything? Found a strange note in your fireplace. It was written in an unusual fine hand. I found others around Tassie with the same hand, and it seems to have appeared out of nowhere. What are you doing in my home? Aren't we jumping today? Is there some reason you don't want me in your home prior? Besides, it's his home? Any secrets you'd rather stay hidden? Any person of manners knows better than to go snooping through others' things. I have nothing to hide. Then why burn the note? What was left was difficult to read, but I could make it out. The red bird. Oh, it's a strange little thing I found on my desk after waking up for maintenance. It was meant nothing to me, so I put it in the fire. Do you know if anybody might put it there? Surely it's just some loose scrap. But the hand was handsome, correct. Unlike anything penned by the brothers in the scriptum. Is it Guy? Settling. Remember what the note said? No, I only found contents nonsensical and disturbing. And remaining legible part, the red bird. Don't know what that could be. Scrap from some bestiary? Bestiary. I couldn't say. My eyes watch the heavens, not the trees. Although I do not see many redbirds at this altitude. Common robin, perhaps, or swallow. But that doesn't matter. I'm telling you, it was nonsense. I know your German isn't your mother tongue. I don't believe for a moment you don't know that the redbird is wrathful. Enough! It was trash, nothing more. I have nothing else to say about it. One more thing. Who had access to your home? Everyone in this abbey. What does it matter to you? It's just a scrap of paper. I found a similar note of the Baron's effects while Brother Florian was performing his initial examination. The abbot ordered you away from the abbey. Driss, your cavalier attitude towards Father Ganaud's commands. Don't you find the coincidence strange? No, we operate a scriptorium. Master Maller, the house perhaps the largest library in Bavaria. We are washed in parchment scraps. They multiply like silverfish between the pages of our books. Are you satisfied now? I suppose that'll have to do. Thank you. Excellent. Are we done here? Any more questions? Came to an interesting letter you addressed to the late Baron Roth. What? Where did you get that? From an impression you made on your writing pad. Must have gone pressing quite hard. Something got you on edge? It's not how it looks. I meant to coerce me to perform in a ritual to help him with a condition. But I refused. The letter makes abundantly clear. Baron's threat remained. You know how fickle inquisitors can be. Choice to read. You performed a ritual with him. Given to understand you share the love of books. It's only a scholarly interest. I am the prior of the Curacao Scriptorium, one of the few of its kind left in Christendom. Modest though the abbey may be, our library contains works and subjects rarely found beyond the walls. Certainly not in all the same place. For men of certain academic interests, it is perhaps the only place we may meet and discuss them. Yet he threatened to expose you to the church inquisitors. Baron's interest is more than academic. When he wished to make it practical, I refused. There's nothing more of it. Inquisition is not kind to practitioners of witchcraft. Could have got you killed. I did not kill Baron Rothvogel. And I do not care if you believe me. It is simply the fact, which the Archdeacon will surely realize. Now, is that all? I have duties I should attend to. I'll leave you in peace. Be well. Well. Can I talk to Guy? I'm wondering... Because if it's well written, Guy does the writing. I don't know if they're in the church, and I don't want to head to the church. Oh, God. None of you guys want to talk to me. Oh, well.
Victime Pascali laudes, immolan Christiani, agnus redemit oves, Christus innocens Patri.
Oh, can I talk to you about you and your stuff you did last night? You seen Brother Rutger? No, why? He is not at Lodz, and no one has seen him since. Why do you think I would have seen him? I don't know, but I believe you are responsible for this. What are you talking about? I think after you terrified him in the library, he decided it was safer to run. I didn't mean to cause him much distress. Yeah, he could have known how sensitive he is. Still, you did threaten him. Threaten us. It's no small thing. If he does not return or something has happened to him, I will hold you responsible. You'll be alright. You're worried about nothing. Or you're right. God bless you, Andreas. Till later. Alright, say we weren't supposed to be meeting him? I missed that. It's arrived at Curacao Abbey and will be questioning in connection with the parents' death. He wants to question me in the chapter house. Okay. Did you just say he ran away? It's down below the chapter house. I'm trying to remember where that's at now. This is the guest house. Oh yeah, there's the chapter house. I was probably right by it, wasn't I? I know I've been there once. Aw. Go to the dormitory, maybe? Maybe not. Chapter house. Alright. I'm not sure who to convict here. Even if he follows what I say, I don't know. All right. I don't know. Andreas. Father no. Master Maller, if you think I'm unaware of your actions around the Abbey in the past few days, you are mistaken. Oh? You exhumed the corpse of one of the brothers of this Abbey. You enlisted a simple-minded novice to assist you. Have you no shame? Little. Well, even if I cannot make you pay for your obscenity, Volkbert will suffer role in it. The mind of a child. Yes, presumably why you preyed upon him. Now then, for all your meddling, you will not be welcome in Kyrgyzstan after your commission is completed. What? Only trying to help Brother Piero. It's too late for apologies. Your days of interfering in the daily life of the Abbey will end. Not my intention to interfere. I'll leave you in the Archdeacon now. Try not to perjure yourself. God save you. He's not happy. Gotta love how we're gonna be the Dance of Death mural with doing all this. Is that the executioner? Please state your name for our records. Journeyman artist in Nuremberg. Artist doing in Curacao Abbey. The Abbey has some commissions from wealthy patrons that need the money before I return to Nuremberg. Please write that down. I think we're ready to begin. Of course, Your Reverence. Now, Master Mailer, what was your relation to Lorenz, the Baron Rothvogel? I only knew him for a day. We're on friendly terms. You feel you had a sense of him as a person? Yes. How would you characterize him? For everything. A nobleman for all the good and ill that goes along with the title. Confident, overbearing, used to getting what he wants. And that's more true. I'm gonna go that route. You think someone would kill him for that? Someone, perhaps. Well, I need more than perhaps. Someone has to have a reason. If not that, something else. Otherwise, it makes my presence here somewhat difficult to explain. Baron Rothvogel was murdered here in this very room. Someone did it. Father Gana believes it was one of his monks, Brother Piero. I've met with Brother Piero and questioned him at length. Well, it seems unlikely that the man, his age and temperament, could murder the Baron he discovered in flagrant delicto. Piero had reasons to resent the Baron, the loss of work, and the assistance on discussing the writings of a troublemaker from Wittenberg. And for his age and infirmity, I myself have read many cases in which the man of modest strength succumbs to the temptations of the devil. Once seized by a devilish fever, the poor sinner gains the influential power that allows him to inflict grievous wounds, sometimes fatal. What I'm saying is that despite the curious circumstances, Brother Piero is the most plausible perpetrator of this vile act. I understand that you are friendly terms with Brother Piero. He also interacted with the Baron, both in town and the Abbey. Did you witness anything that suggests someone else could have murdered the Baron Rothvold? Well, I don't think it's Martin. I'm gonna go with Pryor. It's an extraordinary claim, Andreas. The abbot speaks highly of the prior, and he oversees both your brother Piero's work, does he not? Yes. An extraordinary claim requires extraordinary evidence for me to take it seriously. Why should I take the word of an artist over a respected officer of this abbey? I can provide evidence. Please do. On the day the Baron arrived, I secretly observed Friar Frederick in the scriptorium. We're exchanging letters about performing magical rituals. Baron's visit. You have proof of this. I have an imprint of the letter that the prior wrote to the Baron. In it, the prior mentions that he will not perform a ritual for the Baron, even if the Baron does not follow through on the threat to implicate him to the Inquisitors of Innsbruck. An implication of necromancy is a serious matter. The prior's position would have been in peril, possibly even his life. How do you believe Friar Frederick would have killed the Baron? In a test of strength with the Baron's knife, it seems unlikely the prior could have prevailed. Even if an outcome improbable, it still may occur. Fair point. Is there anything else you'd like to say about the prior? On the day the Baron arrived, I secretly observed the prior Frederick in the scriptorium. Was it an intentionally covert observation? No, I was working alone. I had dropped something on the floor, and the prior did not know I was there. Very well. I wrote a note, a cipher, in a book. When I deciphered the note with Belial, I don't know how you're going to pronounce that, Olay, pointed me to the grave in the cemetery. This is already quite elaborate. How does it connect to the prior's motive? I found buried in the grave a number of occult items, a knife, a plate, and a cup, all engraved with magical symbols. The earth had been freshly turned. The prior had buried them there the day the Baron's arrival. Is there anything else you'd like to say about the prior? No, Your Reverence. Very well. What else have you wanted to see the Baron? Who else? I'll say the widow. I don't think she's done it, though. What cause did she have? Baron was responsible for the death of her husband. Responsible how? Years ago, when the Baron visited Tassing, he quarreled with Ranig Kemper. Two came to blows. According to the widow, Baron beat Ranig severely that he could never be healed from the injuries. He died not long ago, and their home is in legal jeopardy. The widow held the Baron responsible for this. And how do you propose this woman killed the Baron? It's hard to imagine such a frail crone taking the Baron's own life away from him. Admitted, that seems unlikely. Noted. Celia Kemperin is a good woman, but she has been made hard by what happened to her husband. She doesn't really seem to care if the people suspect her for murder. Mainly, it seems she has given up on life. Thank you for your candor. You have knowledge of anyone else who could want to kill the Baron? I haven't figured out anything about the notes that everybody's leaving behind. That's the thing. I don't know if Lucky would have done anything. I just don't think Lucky did it. I don't believe it's Martin. I say no one else. He should shed light on the case. Brother Florian told you about the note he found in the Baron's clothing. Yes, Brother Florian explained how he came to find it and told me of its contents. I saw Adelar has entered his testimony in a register. I don't understand the implications. Who is the innocent? It's not clear to me either, Your Reverence. Do you believe the murderer wrote it? Whoever wrote it was a talented scribe. I understand Curacao has two, an elderly brother, Adok, and the young brother, Guy. To be frank, Your Reverence, neither man has skill to write this way. There's something else about it, too. The style is just different. It's unlike Adok and Guy's writing, unlike mine. Something about the way the first and the second strokes meet on the A and G. But whatever the particulars, it seems to remain a mystery that stands apart from the commission of murder. Fortunately, there's more to tell. I found more notes. Notes written in the same hand on the same type of parchment. Those who had motive to kill the Baron. It's deeply troubling, but again, beyond the bounds of my investigation. In any case, I thank you for bringing it up to my attention. Of course, Your Reverence. Thank you again for your time, Master Mal. Oh, alright. They liked me. Would it be impertinent to opine me on who the killer is? Let's see, of course. I'm not going to press my luck. Alright. Who are they killing? Because... I don't know who they'd be killing. I didn't think you were coming to this. I didn't think I was either. I was supposed to... want to see how this ends after all. Yeah. It was the prior of the Abbey, if you can believe it. Ah, okay, so it is the prior. You missed the trial, Andreas, that the Archdeacon read all of the charges and found him guilty. I worked with him every day. I didn't know he had murder in him. Well, they want you to think so. They're so pious. They're here to do slowly drain the life out of this town. Calm down, Peter. Oh, here comes the procession. Did I miss anything? Oh, you're fine. Andreas! Otto. I didn't do this. God knows even... Oh, God. Did I condemn an innocent man? This isn't happening. This can't be happening. Oh, God. Running like a chicken. Crying like a woman. I order the executioner to carry out his duty. I warrant him peace and safe conduct, whatever may befall him. You have executed judgment and law have required. For that, I thank God and my master who has taught me such art. I know this was your doing, Andreas. Oh boy, if you you know, it was only a matter of time before Frederick was caught for his interests. Yes, but that was for me to deal with. There's no future in the scriptorium now without him. You know, no longer welcome Curacao, Andreas Mahler. I will send you your final payment to the Gertners. May have long, successful career in Nuremberg, and may you never travel this way again. I wonder if there was a right choice. Time has come for you to leave us. I'm afraid so. This farewell will have to be brief. Father Gernot has made it clear I was no longer welcome in Curacao. I pray that the time will soften Father Abbott's heart. I hope he eventually realize you are not only trying to help me. Sad parting, but inevitable. I had hoped you would stay a bit longer. The world needs you more than Curacao does. You have grown beyond this old abbey and become a master of your own right. I will miss you, my son. As I will you. Come your masterpiece is complete. May I see it one last time before I go? Yeah, please. The opinion of one old monk matters little. All the same, I'm excited to see it finished at last. It is a masterpiece truly worth the word. And it appears you took advice to heart. What advice was that? To put yourself into the work. Not just to interpret others' artists' work, but to transform it into something true. This shows the world as it is, as you've seen it, even if it's not what we may want to see. Though it is not my place to say so, I am proud of you, Andreas. What's this? A scrap of parchment. Do not return here. A warning. Whose hand is this? It doesn't look like Brother Addox or Brother Guy's. Brother Florian and I found a similar note in the Baron's clothing. And I found more notes delivered to others while I was investigating. Must have been written by someone who knew the darkest secrets of the town and this abbey. They tugged at those secrets to kill the Baron, to put, pulling the threads that had been buried in the past. Frightening thought. Who would do such a thing? I wish I knew. Do not trouble yourself overly about it. Future lies outside these walls. I hope that you will have the time to visit me once or twice in your travels before the Lord takes me. I'll come as often as I can. Assuming Father Gernot doesn't forbid it. Must have faith that better days lie ahead of us for all of us. God bless you, Andreas. Thank you for your friendship. Until next time. All right. Figure out, Master Andreas. All right. Must be later in the future. I was just remembering him. Trying to, anyway. Doesn't come easily anymore. Would you like me to leave you alone? No, Casper. It's not necessary. There's nothing to be done about it now. It's too late. Like many things. I never expected to see your face here again. Yeah, guy. Have you been in Nuremberg for these last 7 years? No, Nuremberg for a few years, but I received lucrative commissions abroad. Oh.